From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm David Forrest reporting the Iran talks will go on. U.S. officials say enough progress has been made on the nuclear talks between Iran and 6 leading nations to warrant extending the negotiations into Wednesday. Josh Earnest is the White House spokesman.
Our negotiators have determined, over the context of a mostly sleepless night last night and long negotiations over the course of the day in Europe today, that they're going to continue these conversations tomorrow as long as, well, if necessary, and as long as the conversations continue to be productive.
Differences remain between the two sides on details of a framework agreement. Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan thanked all Nigerians Tuesday for the opportunity to lead them as he conceded defeat in this week's presidential election. Former Nigerian military leader Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress beat Mr. Jonathan and his People's Democratic Party by nearly 2 million votes. In Kano, celebrations erupted, as we hear from Chris Stein.
Men wearing flowing robes and women with their heads covered line the streets of Kano, a stronghold for supporters of Muhammadu Buhari and capital of a state that gave the former military ruler more than 1.9 million votes in Saturday and Sunday's voting. That backing was crucial for him to defeat President Goodluck Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan's People's Democratic Party has won every election since Nigeria returned to democracy in 1999. But despite vigorous campaigning, the incumbent president was unable to overcome Mr. Buhari's message of change. Chris Stein, Kano, Nigeria.
Russia's President Vladimir Putin has approved a plan to extend his government's current natural gas arrangement with Ukraine for another 3 months. This is VOA News. There was fighting Tuesday in the center of Tikrit as security forces seek to retake the city from the Islamic State group. Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi says his security forces have liberated the southern and western sides of Tikrit and are moving to control the entire city. A member of Iraq's parliament, Abdul Bari Zebari, told VOA Iraqi forces have taken the major areas of Tikrit and that the city is under Iraqi military control. At the Pentagon, a spokeswoman welcomed the news that Iraqi forces are in control, but she noted that other areas of Tikrit remain under IS control and there is still more fighting to be done. U.S. President Barack Obama has told Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi that he will lift the hold on military aid to Cairo that was put in place after the coup in that country. The White House says Mr. Obama is lifting the hold on sending F-16 fighter jets, Harpoon missiles, and M1A1 tank kits, but the White House says it is not certifying that Egypt has made progress toward democracy. Instead, the U.S. maintains the aid is in the interest of U.S. national security. The United Nations says the last of its international staffers have left Yemen. A UN spokesman says the staffers will return when circumstances permit. In Geneva, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights is saying the situation in Yemen is alarming and that dozens of civilians have been killed there in recent days. The violence continued Tuesday. Airstrikes for the 6th day destroyed missiles and weapon depots in the capital Sana'a. The strikes are meant to halt the momentum of the Iranian-backed rebels who have advanced toward Yemen's main southern city, Aden. Defense lawyers for accused Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev have rested their case. The defense attempted to shift jurors' focus onto his older brother who they say masterminded the April 15, 2013 attack. The defense has made it clear from the beginning of the trial that its strategy is not to win an acquittal for the younger Tsarnaev, but to save him from the death penalty. A day-long hostage drama in Turkey ended Tuesday with the 2 kidnappers dead and their hostage seriously wounded. 2 members of a banned leftist group seized Turkish prosecutor Mehmet Selim Kiraz at his Istanbul courthouse office. They demanded police and others they hold responsible for the death of a 15-year-old protester confess and be put on trial. Police stormed the prosecutor's office after hearing gunshots. French President François Hollande says all 150 people killed aboard the passenger jet that crashed into the French Alps last Tuesday will be identified by DNA samples by the end of the week. From the VOA News Center, I'm Dave DeForest.
That's the latest world news from VOA.